Bájese. Get down. What are you doing? Estás loco, chico. What are you crazy? Bájese de ahí ahora. Sander. Venga, señor, bájese.
So, DJ, very nice to meet you and have you here in Mexico to present Triple X.
Yes.
What's working with being in this movie? Because he's a producer and he's like the main star of Triple X. He's like the reason this saga exists. How was making this movie?
Well, making the movie was fun because if you have your star who's also the producer, it works out in a great way because you have someone who's there to support you. You're not having a producer who's looking at his watch or thinking like, why aren't we getting this, or counting the money. So Vin was a really good collaborative, creative partner. And so I was happy to be on board. It was great to have him as a producer as well because he was always mindful. Vin's creative. It's not so much about the dollars and cents of it. He's very creative. And so as a director, to have that support as an actor and a producer, it's really, really fantastic.
There's a lot of crazy shit happening in the movie. How do you scale it once you started to write the script?
Well, you know, there's a lot of crazy shit because we realized that's sort of the expectations from the character, and you wanted to have fun. But it's one of those where you wanted it to be crazy and as real as you possibly can be. And so, okay, let's take motorcycles on the water. Robbie Madison, the stunt guy, really did that. So we contacted Robbie Madison. Let's ski in the jungle without snow. So these guys at Sweetgrass Productions in Oregon had done that, skied without snow. So we brought in all these stunt people and experts and really pushed it to the limit to see how far we can go. And obviously it's a movie that you have fun, and so it's not so grounded in reality, but the stunts are grounded in a reality base with like some enhancements to make them like that.
What was the moment where you say, okay, this is enough, or there wasn't a moment?
The moment where I said it was enough probably was when we had the motorcycles in the ocean and the wave came down and crashed on the motorcycle and both motorcycles sank, and we had to wait 3.5 hours to get these motorcycles up out of the water because the ocean got so rough. That was the point where I was just like, I forget it. I don't think we're going to be able to pull off this sequence.
You started on TV and now you're really doing it in movies. Last year you made The Disappointed Room, and now this year you have Triple X. How do you see the evolution of
I think TV is an amazing, when I was coming up, TV was an amazing training ground where if you don't get labeled the TV director and you use television as a way to hone your craft, you have to work so quickly in television that you have to figure out ways to capture scenes quickly, that it's great training when you get to a movie where you have a little more time and a little more luxury. Now today's television's changed a little bit because it's really, really innovative and it's really cool, but it's almost like making independent cinema. So I think the training ground in television really helped me learn my craft in a way that you had to be very efficient, and so that carries over into the movie making.
There are a lot of directors that go on movies and then go to TV. Do you see yourself doing it right now to Netflix or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. We have a series, a producer and a writer and I have sold, and so I see if you can help be part of the creation of the series and be a producer and be the director, that's very important to me. And so there's a couple series that I've been working on. I can see myself jumping back and forth.
What's next for you?
I don't know what's next for me film-wise. We got a few things going, but the television series, there's a Rampart TV series based on the Rampart scandal in Los Angeles that I'm working on right now, and I think that's probably going to go next.
I have been waiting for the end of the trilogy with Shia LaBeouf. You have Eagle Eye, you have Disturbia. Any next project?
In fact, it's so funny that you say that. Shia and I have talked about 2 weeks ago about a certain project, and seeing where his mind is, because Shia's in a very interesting place.
Yeah.
But we're definitely talked about getting back together. We will eventually get back together and make another movie for sure.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. All right, thank you.